Okay, Duster fan. This is a new one that came in from a very good friend of mine. He had got this car, I guess, about a year ago. And I told him if he was ever going to cut it loose to put me first on the list. And he was kind enough to do so. And I did pick it up from him. I'm becoming very smitten with this car. And it's a vitamin C orange, high impact color from the factory in 70. And yes, it's one of the 340 editions. And 70 is the only year that they put this little Valiant plaque on there. But this is a very, very nice car. It's dusty, I have to wash it, but anyway, I'm getting it ready for Halloween. I've got some Halloween paraphernalia here. During the Halloween season, I call it the Great Pumpkin. But then for the rest of the year, I call it Little Miss Sunshine. Anyway. You can hear it. Very, very nice. And I got to show you something. Take a look under here. Very, very nicely done. It's a 340. It's a 4-speed. The factory air was added by the Restore out in Hemet, California. I talked to the man on the phone and he told me what he did. He found an old body. He measured the holes. And then he came into this car and he cut the holes and put in a factory air setup. And, you know, it's very rare to have a 340 4-speed with air. I guess there were some of them from the factory, but Chrysler did not really want to produce them because, you know, people would over-rev the air conditioning. So if you really want to get on it, just turn the air off. I'm not quite done doing the detail, but I made quite a few changes to it. I redid the whole block, cleaned up everything, put a new alternator, a new factory style radiator. Even though that's aluminum, it doesn't have the numbers, but it looks like the factory style. Got some hoses on it, and put a Chrysler fuel filter, just little doodads, correct battery. And when I put that on, I had one of these sitting on the shelf, and there's the Chrysler electronic ignition voltage regulator box. And as you can see here, yeah, it's a 340 4-speed, and you look second line up all the way to the left, that's EK2, that's vitamin C orange. It has N95, which is California emissions on it. And this thing is clean, man. I mean, a really clean car. So, I'm very fortunate to have gotten it from my friend. And my friend was very gracious to run me a good deal on it. And so I picked it up from him. He and his girl are out traveling right now. They like to RV stuff and travel around, and that's what they're doing. And more power to them, because that's what life is about, is getting out and having fun and just do it. So, completely rotisseried underneath. Very nice car. I don't know if you noticed, but it's got torque boxes front and torque boxes on the rear. People didn't know what to make of the Dusters, you know? The backstory to these things is when Chrysler moved the Barracuda off the A-body line and made the Cuda in the E-bodies, the A-body line did not have a sport model. So Plymouth did not have a monster budget. So what they did is they just very simply did a quick semi-fastback design. It's called a sports roof. 29 is the sports roof in the VIN. And most of these cars were 318s or 6-bangers. So most people, when they think of the Plymouth Duster, they didn't think muscle car, but then 17 or 18,000 of these received the 340 with special heavy-duty suspension, spring packs, thicker diameter sway bars, torsion bars, and it turned them into a potent little performer. And, you know, guys with 383 automatic Roadrunners, you would have this guy with a Duster with a 4-speed and a 391 gear and just dust his ass. I mean, just kill him, you know? And that was the allure of these cars, because they were a economy, lightweight, but they were quicker than snot, man. I mean, really quick when you put the 340, 4-speed, and say a 391 gear. But, and that's, they had such a good sales success. They sold just short of 250,000 of these Dusters in all different models and engines. And Dodge was pretty pissed off, because Plymouth and Dodge were competing against each other as well as other cars. So, consequently, in '71, Dodge came out with their version, which was called the Dodge Demon. And because of the controversial nameplate, it didn't sell as well or as much volume. And that's why Demons actually outbook a Duster 340. 71 Demon will go for quite a bit more money. Just because they're rare and less in numbers. But this one is truly a beautiful example. And my friend was fortunate to find it. And the gentleman who had it restored out in California was a very nice and gracious gentleman. And he really enjoys the car, and hopefully he likes what I've done with it, which is taking it up just another stock level, trying to make it as stock as possible. I'm going to see if I can find some manifolds affordably enough to where I can change this back to factory manifolds. That's kind of what I want to do. I don't mind the headers, they're fine. I'll probably paint them meantime and clean them up and make them look a lot better. But I will look for manifolds just out of curiosity. Because a car at this level really should have the manifolds on there when it's as pretty as it is. So there you go, Mopar fans. Lightweight, vitamin C orange, 70 Duster, 340 4-speed, factory air conditioning, and not sure if it's a 323 or 355. I'm leaning more towards 323. But when we get it up in the air, we'll spin the wheels and we'll figure out what's in there. All right. Thanks for looking. You guys have a beautiful remainder of your weekend. And this is Gauze Garage with the Great Pumpkin or Little Miss Sunshine. Thank you.